What if I told you Onyx XCN isn't what you think it is at all? This very mysterious protocol, the Onyx XCN protocol, has a lot of folklore behind it. Is it tied to JP Morgan? Is it tied to BlackRock? Because the name Onyx physically means BlackRock. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you what I think is happening behind the scenes. And what I have uncovered is BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Citi, Morgan Stanley, NASDAQ, all these big names are tied indirectly or directly to Onyx XCN or chain.com in some form or fashion, which is very curious at how all this can come together. So in this video, I'm going to show you who I think is really behind Onyx XCN and the chain.com. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Look at your screen here. Let's give you some background here on Onyx XCN for those that don't know about this information yet. It says the Onyx blockchain network was founded in 2014 by venture capitalist Adam Ludwin. With support from major venture capital firms aiming to modernize financial systems, the team launched Chain Core after raising over $40 million through strategic partnerships with NASDAQ, Orange, Capital One, and Citigroup. In 2018, the platform was sold to Lightyear Corp, part of the Stellar Development Foundation, before transitioning in 2021 to operate as a privately held corporation with new board, shareholders, and offices. In March 2022, CHN was rebranded to XCN, spurring positive price growth. So as we look at this, there was a lot of change of hands here of this project. Different names came about, shareholders, etc., a different team. But the question is the underlying technology there? Is the underlying mission still there? As we uncover more, I think it really is still there, because let's walk through that again for people that missed it, because I read it kind of quickly. We have in 2014, Chain Core was raising $40 million through people like NASDAQ, Capital One, and Citigroup. And then in 2018, we know the platform was sold to Lightyear Corp, which was a branch of Stellar Development Foundation, before transitioning in 2021 to operate as a privately held corporation with new boards, etc. So we know that it was transitioned back into a private corporation. So the question is, did it transition back to chain.com? And that's what we're trying to figure out. Did Chain Core get changed into chain.com? And did XCN go through Stellar back into Onyx XCN under chain.com umbrella? And that's what we're going to uncover on this one. Because as we roll through it, you'll start to see that chain.com and Onyx XCN has very similar properties, such as Ripple and XRP, right? So let's go ahead and keep going into it. Let's give you more of a background. So we know that it moved over to Stellar Development Foundation. So who sits on the leadership board of Stellar? Take a look at your screen here. We roll down and we see that, of course, Jed McCaleb of Ripple, the founder of Ripple back in 2012, is sitting on the leadership board for Stellar. So we now have Jed McCaleb having their hands on when it comes to Onyx XCN, Chain Core, etc. And you also wrote down board of directors. Here is Jed McCaleb begins on there. We have people from General Motors and Meta. And as we roll through this, it starts getting very conspiratorial in a way when we try to piece all this together. So hang out with me for a little bit, because as I go through it, you're going to start feeling like Charlie looking for Pepe Sylvia. You start kind of losing your mind a little bit when you try to figure it out, or at least I feel like I have. So let's keep going. Let's read on more about it. I wanted to figure out, okay, so we know Chain Core sold off to Stellar, Lightyear, etc., then reformed again to a private company. So is that company still up and running? So check it out. This is chain.com, no longer Chain Core. It is now chain.com. They just simply rebranded, but the mission is still the same. And about Chain is a blockchain-based technology company on a mission to enable a smarter and more connected economy. We build cryptographic ledgers and cloud infrastructure that underpin transformative finance. And as we roll down, it tells you more about Chain, and it kind of gives you the idea again about how it went to Stellar through the venture capital and all those things. But what I want to point out is trusted by leading companies. This company, chain.com, they have so many ties and major names. Check it out. Visa, NASDAQ, Citi, Capital One, State Street, Tiffany & Co. These are some major names here, guys. So we know some major names are tied to chain.com, and this is where we got to try to figure out what is going on with Onyx XCN. We know that chain.com is now still running. It didn't go anywhere, it just simply got rebranded. But what were their names originally behind ChainCore or Chain.com? So check out your screen here with me. This is a file I pulled from the SEC, and this file comes out of 2013, I believe it is. Yes, 2013. And I wanted to see who was a part of this corporation and dive into the background a little bit more. And as you see here, the people that are listed on this form, we have Adam Lugwin, we have Keith, we have Devin, and then we have James. Okay, so who are these people and how did they come about? This is the question we're trying to figure out, and why they are important, and what kind of background do they have? Do they have any ties to any other companies that we need to be aware of? I'm just walking you through what my process is as I do my research, so you can understand how I got where I got on this one, because this one is out there. And just before we dive in a little bit more, this project is very speculative. I do not recommend anybody go out and buy it unless it's something you want to do personally. This is not financial advice. And while we're 6 minutes in, please consider hitting that like button, leaving a comment, sharing it with a friend, subscribing to the channel if you feel like this is something for you, because on something like an XCN, there's not very much demand out in the market as far as YouTube goes. So these videos that are very obscure projects, they do tend to not go anywhere. So if you want me to bring more of these deeper dives behind these very small projects that not a lot of people know about, it is imperative you leave a comment or a like so this can get out in the algorithm and I can do more dives on this, because it is an art form to do this. And of course, I want the masses to see it so they can benefit from this as well. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Adam Lugwin, let's figure out who this character is, this individual is. So check it out from LinkedIn. We're gonna move through a couple of names quickly here. We have Adam Lugwin. You see right now, he is the CEO, or was the CEO of Byte Inc. Before that, co-founder and CEO of Chain.com. Notice it says Chain.com, not ChainCore.com. That's imperative to know. And then we have venture partner with RRE Ventures. Keep that in mind. And as we roll on to the next person on the list was with Keith. Keith was on that same list I showed you from the SEC. As we roll down, what's his background? We have his background. He has general partner of Founders Fund. Then we also have COO of Square. Everybody knows what Square is, a payment platform. So we have somebody tied to venture capital payment platforms. Let's keep rolling. Devin. What's going on with Devin? Devin is the Chief Product Officer at Pogo Financial, keep it in mind. Then we have Chief Product Officer at Interstellar from 2018 to 2019. How interesting. And then we have Co-founder and Chief Product Officer of Chain from 2013 to 2018. So again, keep that in mind. We have Stellar connected now to them, and we have another person to go through, which is James Robinson. So James was on this list. So what is James's background? As we scroll down, he is the co-founder, managing partner of RRE Ventures. And this is where he was tied to Adam. Adam comes from RRE Ventures as well. But also, James here has experience as senior associate with JP Morgan and Company. Yes, it's older from 86 to 90, but he does have those ties to JP Morgan. So we know we have JP Morgan tied through James, which worked with Adam Lugwin at RRE, etc. There's also different kind of news stories or articles connecting Adam Lugwin and JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon together. There's all kinds of different little hints and subtle hints together, but we've now uncovered that we have indirect connections via one of his business partners. But the question now remains, if Chain.com is still running, who is running Chain.com? Because if Chain.com has any kind of ties to Onyx, we need to be aware of that. We need to be aware of who that CEO is. So check out this story. Yes, it's a little bit older. It's 2023, but this is coming from Chain.com themselves. They give us an idea who their CEO is, which is kind of hard to get information on these projects, as you may have figured out. But it says, check out your screen. It says, Chain announces acquisition of licensed crypto company in Europe and launch of Chain Prime. It says, we roll through, it says Chain Prime is poised to disrupt the OTC market, bring a new level of efficiency and innovation to crypto trading. But what I want to point out, it says from a quote from their CEO, which is, we are thrilled to launch Chain Prime, said CEO of Chain, Deepak, and I can't say his last name, I don't want to insult the guy. It says Chain Prime is a leading edge product that will provide users with access to deep liquidity and the best execution rate. We are confident that this product will revolutionize the over-the-counter market. So we know that Deepak is still the CEO of Chain.com that is bringing different kind of products to the financial infrastructure, right? Just keep it very simple. So let's move into Onyx XCN and let's see if we can find any kind of connection to chain.com via Onyx XCN. So check out your screen with me. This is on their website here. It says, as you see here, it is the Onyx website. So it's onyx.org, the financial ledger, of course. But I want to scroll down with you here and see who is tied to Onyx. But let's take a quick look. It says it's available Coinbase, Robinhood, Kraken. So if you want to check it out, Uphold, but be careful with Uphold, because the Uphold one, I don't know if that's a true spot Onyx XCN, because if you look at it, it actually has the old chain core logo or chain.com logo. So I don't know about that one, so sure, just be aware of that. But let's look at the ecosystem. This is where I'm getting down to. As you see, we have Onyx AI, Bridge USDC, but right here, Chain. Chain provides institutional and commercial tools to build blockchain products seamlessly. So Onyx XCN still has connections to Chain. That's interesting if you ask me. But let's move into the CEO behind Chain. And this is that Deepak, and I cannot say his name. I wish I could, but check it out. This is his LinkedIn page. And if we look at his LinkedIn page, we scroll down kind of his work history and get a better idea who this individual is. He has experience, and he's currently with Vert USA, which this is interesting. He is the safe Scrum Master, and essentially a Scrum Master is somebody that oversees very complex projects and development, etc., for different kind of computer technology, etc. Just keeping a very top line. But he was also the Scrum Master at HSBC Software Development Limited. So does he have ties to banking? It looks like he does. He's well connected. But that's not where I want to stop there. I want to look more into the actual Vert USA here. So bear with me. Let's look at Vert USA and give some experience or some background on Vert USA, I'm sorry. So Vert USA, I was trying to get my screen to get off something. It was lagging, so it threw me off, just so you know what's going on. So let's look at your screen here. This is Vert USA. Let's learn a little bit more about them. So as we look at Vert USA, it says, making experiences better with technology. The world is constantly evolving, and enterprises need more than just technology. They need a partner to help them reimagine their business. So who are some of the people they are working with? Who are they helping reimagine their business becomes that question, correct? Let's take a look at it. As I move into who is actually working with them, I think it's going to be very well apparent that we have Deepak, that is the head of the development team for Vert USA. He also is the CEO of Chain.com that has ties to Onyx XCN. So keep that in mind, but check it out. These are some of the players that they are working with. Check out your screen here. Adobe, AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft, Pega, Salesforce. Though that alone is very impressive, and you see how big Vert USA is, working with people like Google, Amazon Web Services, etc., and Adobe. But let's look at the rest of the players that are really playing with, because that's just some of the names. So take a look at your screen here. We have, again, AWS, Adobe. I'm not going to read all through them. You can use my link down below in the pinned description. You'll see down over there. I'll leave all my research for you to check out yourself. But we keep on rolling down. I wanted to bring out that they have IBM. They're part of them. Oracle, huge. We have Oracle, IBM, Amazon. We have Google, Salesforce, SAP. All these big names are tied to Vert USA, which is tied to Chain.com via Deepak, right? So that's interesting in itself. So if we take a look at it, we have Onyx XCN being tied to not only just Chain.com and everything that's underneath that umbrella, but now the CEO of Chain.com is the Scrum Master for Vert USA that has ties to all those other companies. Already seen the bigger picture here, but wait, there's more. I feel like a used car salesman here, but check it out. I went even deeper. I wanted to learn more about Vert USA, so I checked it out on their SEC, and try to figure out some filings, figure out who is behind this company. And what I found really blew my mind here, so check it out. So these are some filings. These are beneficial ownership reports. And you see these reports come from Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, and then also Vanguard. So we have Vanguard, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, and then earlier on Chain.com's website, we saw State Street on there. So State Street, Vanguard, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup. Are you seeing the bigger picture here? And what are these filings? What do these mean? Well, these filings are exposing their holdings they have. So BlackRock, check it out. We're going to move through it quickly. We have BlackRock owned 4,436,000 shares, which represents 14.6% of the common stock. And then we have Vanguard owning 2.5 million at 8.54% of owning the stock. They have Morgan Stanley owning 1.4 million, representing 4.7 of Vert USA's outstanding common stock. So Onyx XCN, Chain.com, they still are up and running, but they threw everybody a curveball with all their different names back and forth. So if you want to learn more about Onyx XCN, we can go into the tech side. We can go into deeper things about it. Let me know down in the comments if you want more Onyx XCN. I'd love to do more videos on this, but it only works if people hit that like button, leave a comment, and we can get this video going. That's all I have for you on this video. Thank you for hanging out, sticking around for such a long video. I do appreciate it. Before I let you go though, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and become that change you want to see. I'll see you on the next one.